appreciate it.
Hey, you don't say it. How you doing?
Welcome, and I want to thank you all for coming, and we appreciate the governor being here. The governor has an announcement today that he'll be making, and on behalf of the people behind me and the Thundercloud board, I want to thank the governor for being here. It's my privilege to serve with many governors. It has certainly been my honor to serve with Governor Justice the last 4 years. Governor, these past 8 months have been the most trying and stressful time in all my years of service due to COVID-19. You have governed in a steady hand, and your actions have always been in the best interest of the citizens. In these difficult and trying times, we must come together to act in the best interest of West Virginians. This pandemic has exposed some harsh realities for our state. One I'd like to highlight. Recently, in NC's magazine, from research from Whistle Out covered comparisons of fixed-line broadband plans and wireless broadband plans, reported on broadband coverage in the United States. And I quote, states that have struggled the most during the pandemic include West Virginia with a 13.1% increase. It goes on to discuss increases in other states that don't even compare to West Virginia. And I quote, of the states, West Virginia already ranked as one of the slowest states, so further decrease is likely noticeable. Governor, you inherited this problem, and I know you have pledged to correct it. Governor, we've discussed many topics, such as education, infrastructure, health, and recently on broadband. Let me say, Jim Justice understands how important it is to act now on broadband expansion and affordability. When you bring a problem or proposal to his attention, he is very quickly recognized whether it has merit or not. I certainly appreciate his business acumen and approach to solving issues. It's my pleasure to introduce the 36th governor of our state, my friend, Governor Jim Justice.
Well, Senator and Bob, I could never thank you enough for your friendship and all your wisdom along the way with me. You know, I think they consistently looking. You know, Dr. Gilbert was kind enough to give me this pen commemorating, I guess, the 50th year of a tragedy beyond belief. You know, I was a student athlete at Marshall, being redshirted at that time, and had only been here for just 2 or 3 months. I was in South Hall in the dorm when all of a sudden the news started coming. I knew many people that were on that plane. Tough time. A tough time for all those families, an incredibly tough time for our university and for this city. A tough time for West Virginia. Absolutely, we some way survived it. In some way, this town has always been resilient. I mean, if you'll just think about it and just think back, surely at that time it seemed to me like that this town was thriving in a country club type town where a lot of people walked around and wore sweaters and all that kind of stuff, and it was really a fancy place, surely from where I was and grew up. But nevertheless, then we drifted into some level of difficulties and some level of problems. And now, this town is really on its way back. This community, this university, absolutely in so many different ways. Now, There's no point in me going through and introducing all the delegates and the mayors and the senators and all the people and the dignitaries that are here in every way. There's no point in doing all that. Because you see, at the end of the day, I've never really cared if you're a Democrat or a Republican, independent. I've never really cared what title that you may really have. The only thing, I've never really cared what title that I have. I care about one thing, and I mean it from the bottom of my soul. I want goodness, and I want goodness for all West Virginians in every part of the state. Now, right here, right now, and just think about this. When I walked in the door, we can say we want, and I'm not going to give you any bunch of political gobbledygook and everything, but things are pretty daggum tough. And we some way, somehow managed to really, really flip that around. And West Virginia is going right now. I mean, it is really going. Now, do we have a long way still to go? Sure. But compared to where we were, and what it looks like where we're going, I mean, it's pretty dadgum good stuff. Now, at the end of the day, what did we really have to do? Now, this may surprise you somewhat because you may have missed this. We had to change our image. We had to change, in some ways, who others on the outside thought we were, that we knew we weren't. We knew how good we were, but the outside world didn't really buy it. So what did we do? We started off right off the get-go, and I said we have to make education our centerpiece. That surprised a lot of folks out there in the world. Then we said we have to fix our roads, and we had to pass that bond that everybody said was impossible beyond belief, and we did it. And now we're on the cusp of another horizon. I mean, you just think about all the things from West Virginia methanol or Clorox or whatever it may be, Mitsubishi, whatever it may be, Hyperloop. I mean, are you kidding me? You know, it's validation. It's validation. But as we fixed our roads, and we still got tons more to do, and the only way we're going to continue to be able to do tons more is through good economic sense and making real money that gives us the opportunity in our state to do things. But the next horizon has to be broadband. It has to be. That's all there is to it. Now, you know, Senator Plymel, you know, Delegate Linville, and others have brought me Thundercloud, Thundercloud, Thundercloud. And we've been over it and over it and over it and over it. And there's no question that you can see just what an incredible, worthy cause or project that this is going to be within this area. Now, they had some real hoops to jump through. And so we were able to get a grant of $2.385, is that right? $2.385 million in ARC grant. Now, and so all of a sudden, I'll let you clap on that any day. So all of a sudden, we're off and running, right? We're off and going, here we go. Now, all it takes is an idea. All it takes is a phone call and something that I can see will really work and really click. You know, the people up in the Bridgeport area came to see me way back prior to COVID, and they said, what do you think about this airport project? And it was unbelievable. It was truly unbelievable. And I said, I'm all in. I'm all in right now. And off we went. Now, Senator Plymel called me and he said, Governor, what would you think if there was a way that the state could match the ARC grant, and absolutely then we could take those dollars and parlay them into expanding what we're doing and do something even greater? And I said exactly this. I said, you know, That's the next horizon. And I believe it. I believe it with all in me. And if there was a way to have the dollars, it is absolutely what we ought to pursue. As I understand it, your project is absolutely going to touch, is the number right? 500 potential businesses? Is that the number? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And if we have the dollars available to us today, you know, should we not try to match it? So off we go. Off we go. So that was yesterday, or day before. Was it day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. So I started just perusing everything. Boom, 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 boom. Up and down, up and down, up and down. As fast and as hard as we could. So today, for all the powers be, I've got a matching check for $2,333,788.00. There you go, sir.
I'd like to have a couple of the board members from Thundercloud come up.
Let's do it. So we're on our way. We're going to make this city in every way with a great mayor and all. Y'all get around here on this side. I'm just sit down. Y'all make me look good. Now, for God's sakes, I live in here.
Thank you, Governor.
No, thank you guys so much in every way. Bless y'all. It took a long time to get a check that big. No, I'll turn it back over to you, Bob, and go. And again, what an incredible day in West Virginia. The sky's blue. You know, the herd's absolutely kicking butt. There's so many good things going on right here in this incredible town. You know, I can't tell you any more than just this one last thing, and it's just this. And Dr. Gilbert, the university, so much of my life, so much of everything I have, everything I am, I owe right here to Marshall University, and I owe to this town. Today is a big honor for me. Thank y'all so much.
Governor, I want to, this is a partnership, and there are many people that have been involved in this. Before we bring something to you, we've had to think about very hard about how we've done this, and it's my honor to introduce a number of people, and they'll come up and speak and talk about what this means to our area. And the first person that I'm going to introduce is someone that I've known for many years. Actually, when I started in the legislature, he was in the House of Delegates, and that's Mayor Steve Williams. And the mayor and I have been friends for many years. We've shared a lot of stories, and we've fought a lot of fights, and this one is one we're in to win. Mayor Williams.
Governor, there's two words that are seldom used as frequently as they need to be. Thank you. This is absolutely wonderful. My partner right down the road, the mayor of Barbersville, West Virginia, Mayor Chris Tatum, isn't able to be here. He also asked me to give his regrets for not being able to be here, but also to say heartfelt thanks. 8 years ago, when I first became mayor, I asked Judge Dano Hanlon to serve as the chair of my transition team. Governor, you allowed me to serve on one of your transition committees, and it was made up of educational leaders, business leaders, labor leaders, members of the neighborhoods, and I asked them to bring me a set of priorities that we must pursue. The one recommendation that came in and said that we must do if we hope to be able to revive our economy, be able to compete internationally, is that we must deploy high-speed broadband in our city. It's taken 8 years, and what you're seeing out here, Governor, is something that is a not just a secret to Huntington, but it's something you come to understand and you employed while you've been governor. We managed to get some things done. We. And you look around at all who are involved, it's absolutely amazing. We have depended upon the leadership of Bob Plymouth, of Senator Bob Plymouth. It's amazing just how he has had such dogged determination, is not going to let go of this. Senator Plymouth, thank you so very much for your leadership. We have a brand new delegate, his first elected term. Wisdom that he carries, and you'll hear some of what he's having to say. The wisdom, the knowledge that he has been helpful. We have with us also another delegate who we know that we can depend upon his leadership, his insight, and just his common sense, Delegate Sean Hornbuckle. We've had a partnership with Marshall University, as we do know the partnership with Marshall. The Marshall is the heartbeat of our community. Dr. Gilbert, thank you for everything that you are doing. And we also have Delegate Dr. Matt Rohrbach just able to be with us as well. We could go to the same church together, and he comes over and whispers to me, and then Bob Plymouth comes up and everything. What Matt is able to do, once again, because of his own professional experience, is able to bring forward what we need to be able to understand how, once again, we are a regional medic center. In order for us to be able to be all that we know we can be, high-speed broadband is a necessity. Chattanooga, Tennessee sets the standard for all communities around the nation. Governor, you're enabling us. When people start saying, what is the one area in all of Appalachia, the one city in all of Appalachia that you can look to? Huntington, West Virginia, the gateway to Appalachia. Thank you, Governor.
As we developed this partnership, we developed a partnership of Thundercloud, and it is a 501c4 with representation from Marshall University, Mountain Health, Marshall Health, the Appalachian Transportation Technology Institute Foundation. And of the representative, we do have two of our board members here. One of them I'll introduce a little later, but right now I'd like to introduce Dr. David Dampier and say hello to him. Thank you. On behalf of Marshall, we'll have speaking Dr. Gilbert. He's my president. We only differ in a few months in age. He's just a little older than I am, but he has been a great president, one that I admire greatly, one that has been a steady hand for Marshall, and one that has seen this university grow to a Research 2 university that's phenomenal. And he has plans to go further than that. With that, I'd like to have Dr. Gilbert come up.
Hey, Bob, and thank you, Governor. We're pleased to have you here. Always great to have you in Huntington. You know, it almost goes without saying today that we're celebrating a high-capacity broadband initiative that's going to have an immense impact on our communities. The Thundercloud initiative, with support from ARC and now with support from the state, is going to have better connectivity for all of the people in our region. The role of high-speed internet is a critical factor in advancing West Virginia's economy, connecting our citizens with the cyber world with speeds that make learning, telemedicine, and commerce possible. Marshall is committed to making opportunities available for education and economic development in southern West Virginia. In fact, if you'll look right behind me, we have the Brad D. Smith Business Incubator, where entrepreneurs can get a start with their new businesses. We know job growth is critical to the future of West Virginia. I want to thank Appalachian Regional Commission for the power grant that's going to benefit Huntington, Barnesville, Cabell County, Wayne County, and other counties throughout southern West Virginia. Also, I want to recognize Senator Bob Plymel, who has been with this project from the beginning, and the Thundercloud Board for their leadership in making this happen. The mere name Thundercloud invokes a very powerful image, and I am grateful for this team's vision. And finally, a special thanks to our governor for supporting this project and seeing the potential of broadband connectivity as a key factor for the success of the future of our citizens and our businesses. The future is brighter today because of Thundercloud. So thank you, Governor. Thank you, ARC. Thank you, Thundercloud Board.
So as another partner is Mountain Health and Marshall Health. And the two members of the committee could not be here. They're in the midst of doing a rollout in some IT and with Mountain Health and Marshall Health. So representing them is someone that I've known for quite a while. I actually know her from when she was a student at a school up north, and when she came to the legislature and worked for the legislature. She was known as Abby Sabonia. Now she is Abby Real, and she is now a representative with Mountain Health, and we're very pleased that she's here to speak on behalf of Mountain Health and Marshall Health. Abby?
Thank you, Senator Plymel. We appreciate the opportunity to participate in this great event for our community and our region A. Mountain Health Network and our partner organizations such as Marshall Health are committed to improving the health and well-being of the communities and region we serve. Building high-speed broadband infrastructure in the city of Huntington and throughout our region will help us expand access to care and open digital front door for care delivery to all of our citizens. As the COVID-19 pandemic has shown us, people need to be able to access healthcare services and advice through a number of means, and a strong infrastructure helps us address gaps in access, particularly for those with limited internet access. This is important not only for healthcare for our children who may be attending class remotely, it is important for our families who may need to care for family members from a distance. And most of all, it's important for our small businesses that need to continue to operate remotely during and after this unprecedented time. As Mike Mullins, our CEO of Mountain Health Network, has stated, we are working to Huntington a healthcare destination. We celebrate with you on this important step to enhance the connectivity services. We need to build and improve our system among our facilities and our community partners. Proper connectivity throughout the area helps us offer patients a more seamless, connected experience. We applaud the Governor and Senator Plymel, Delegate Linville, and all others who have collaborated to make Stream a reality. And thank you, Governor, for being here today.
I've had the privilege of serving with many people, and a number of them are out here. One that I serve very closely with on the Broadband Council and on a number of different things that we've worked together on. I have the greatest respect for Delegate Linville. He has been a very good voice for this area on broadband in particular. I know that we've also worked with the governor, and if we wouldn't have had it if the Milton, he calls it a flood wall, I call it a levee. It's just maybe a Democrat-Republican thing, but you just never know. He has been excellent to work with. He has been a staunch supporter of broadband in our area. And with that, I'd like to have Delegate Linville come up and say a few words.
First things first, thank you, Senator. Senator Plymel has been incredible to work with on a number of projects, and I don't say levee because it sounds like a tax, so I prefer to say flood wall. So, Governor, today's a great day for Cabell County, for Huntington, and for our region, and for all of West Virginia. And it's truly been an honor to work to improve the infrastructure of this state. I want to thank you for your support, not just of the Thundercloud project, but to your billion-dollar commitment to broadband internet expansion throughout our state. I join you in that, and I will do anything I can to make sure that happens for the people of the state of West Virginia. This commitment, this state match of another 2.3 and some change million dollars to a project which has brought together so many pillars of our community. That's the City of Huntington, the Village of Barbersville, Marshall University, Marshall Health, Mountain Health, and Al Technologies will further our ability to connect so many great West Virginians. On behalf of my colleagues in the 16th District, Delegates Warnkel and Perry, and my colleagues in the 17th, Delegate Warbach and Delegate Lovejoy, and my colleague in the 18th, Delegate Worrell, I want to bring to attention what this project really is going to do. A few days ago, we heard from members of our community about the struggles they've had with broadband internet connectivity. Lynn Fruth testified that when competition moved into an area where Fruth Pharmacy operates a store, that their cost for internet service went down 60%, their speeds improved, and their reliability improved. Governor, that's the difference that we're making for 500 businesses today. In addition, this project brings 144 strands of fiber. That's not just a number. I recently spoke with the president of an internet service provider looking to serve Logan and Mingo counties, and he told me all he needed was 5. This is 144 that providers can use to connect customers and can compete. I also heard about the struggle to compete from Tim Ford Food Fair Grocery. Without this activity, how on earth are West Virginia's companies, West Virginia's workers, and West Virginia's families supposed to compete? Well, this will enable over 500 businesses to be more competitive, and it means jobs. Earlier today, Governor Justice announced 2 great things. First, our state is still running a tremendous surplus through the month of October. And second, we just saved more than $100 million on paving through a settlement that will allow us to use that as a credit toward current paving projects and use $100 million more that we were going to spend in there on even more paving. And that's exactly what this match does for the state of West Virginia. Governor, there's another match of private capital that's going to be here, and your commitment and the commitment of the state of West Virginia is allowing us to take those private funds we're already committed and do even more. On top of everything else, and maybe even most importantly, Thundercloud plans to build a data center right here in Cabell County, right here in Huntington. That means jobs. Construction jobs, tech jobs. Yeah. That's construction's jobs, that's tech jobs, that's jobs. It will let our region continue to drive those great revenue results for the state. And finally, I'd like to share that this project hasn't been just a response to the coronavirus. This has been the result of work beginning more than 2 years ago. Work that goes on behind the scenes quietly and with little fanfare. But now, here we are, announcing another $2.3 million for this project, bringing total committed funds to $2.3 million from our federal friends, the Appalachian Regional Commission, with the support of Senators Capito and Manchin and Congresswoman Miller, $2.3 million from the state of West Virginia, and $2.3 million from the private sector. It's more than $7 million. And we'll be able to leverage that even further. Ladies and gentlemen, it is an absolute honor to work to improve our infrastructure, and it's an honor to be a part of this. We're not finished, we're just getting started. God bless you and thank you.
It is, we left one of the last here to talk a little bit. I'm going to say a few things. One of our board members left us recently that was the Alpha board member, and then that's Charlie Denny, to go to work for the state. That's one of the best hires that the state's ever made. I really do believe that, and I think it will bring back great dividends for our whole state. And we're friends, and beyond friends, this is, I'm really happy for our state. It's a law for us. But let me segue into what I think. Alpha Technologies is our private partner. And the board member with Alpha Technology that took Charlie's place is Rich O'Brien over to my right. They are a great private partner and have the best interests of the state of West Virginia in mind. They're the only domiciled network in West Virginia that has a data center. And they have built the ring in Charleston, so they know how to do this. When we talk to them, it is important that we have West Virginians making decisions for West Virginia, for West Virginians. To bring us the private perspective and the private sector perspective to the board, I'd now welcome Doug Tate, the president of Alpha Technologies, who I've had the great honor to know for a number of months now and had very, very great things to say about him. I think if you can go look for a private sector partner, you couldn't find it any better. Doug?
Thank you, Bob. Governor, I want to say thank you. It's easy for us as a technical company to build fiber and data centers. What's not easy is the vision, the foresight, and the leadership that you've given us. I want to expand on the ability of building fiber. It's not just potentially 500 businesses. It's the economic impact of those businesses. It's the education for kids. It's the hospitals. It's the schools. So when we look at this project, while it's the cornerstone of a new era of building, the ramifications could go for years. So with that, I want to say thank you, Senator, thank you, and look forward to participating in as much as we can.
This project, which hasn't been outlined, we know that the leverage on this is tremendous. What you will see is for the $2.3 million investment from the state, the $2.3 from ARC, this will turn into a $15 to $17 million project. That's what the governor understands in seed money, in this kind of seed money. So to me, I think that that's the absolute best thing we can be talking about. I think Linville took my nose. But he's left all kinds of notes here that I don't even know what he's going to be talking about. Let me say that when we were looking at this about two and a half years ago, we started looking at what's the best way to do this. What is the best way to be able to try to put something together? I tell you that this project can be transforming to our whole region. This is a regional plan. I was talking to Brad Smith last night because he wants me to keep him updated on these things. And he said, you know, you sold me on this as a regional concept and how you get to the state, and we'll do it region by region. Well, the governor understood that. He saw that. It's a great day that we're here. I'm telling you that I couldn't be more excited. And Governor, I appreciate and really thank you for your vision, your ability to see that this is something that could be done, and we'll make sure that we make you proud as we move forward. Thank you.
All right, let me end by just saying one thing. And that is, Bob, I'll hold you to that now. And I know it will become an incredible reality for the area. You know, when you just step back and think about it, West Virginia is so deserving, so deserving. And when we look at all the great players that we have on the team, all we had to do was just some way get a plan and some way then turn the players loose. And at the end of the day, this broadband situation is so simple. West Virginia is living in the dark ages, maybe today, and then there was an opportunity to bring $776 million to West Virginia, and we were that close to losing it. That close. And I had to issue an executive order to change the rules of the game just a little bit in order for us to capture $776 million of broadband that would go across our state to areas that didn't have it at all that we almost missed. We almost missed it. And then we had the opportunity with some CARES money to throw another 50 at it. And before you know it, we've got the ability to blanket our state, and bring our state to being the best of the best, just like we've done over and over and over with lots of different things. Honest to goodness, if you're not excited about what's going on right here today in Huntington, and you're not excited about what's going on in West Virginia, you're living in a cave. You're an absolute moron that's living in a cave. I mean, that's all there is to it. Absolutely, it is really happening. Nobody in the world could be happier than I. And it's hard to keep up with the announcements. Honest to goodness, it really, truly is. I mean, it is hard to keep up with the announcements. It's just one right after another, right after another. I mean, you just imagine, can you just imagine, us, when we started down the path on the Hyperloop thing, what is the probability of us landing there? I mean, it is 1 in a trillion, and absolutely we just keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. Now, there's times when he could drive the Pope crazy, and I know that, but Ray Carey was always optimistic. I'm a real realist. I'm an optimist, but at the end of the day, I kept thinking, dag, is this really going to happen? And all of a sudden, lo and behold, it becomes more and more and more probable, and we keep plugging and plugging and plugging. You see, I'm not ever going to expend my energy working on something to try to prove to not do it. There's no way. A lot of people do that. A lot of people work like crazy to prove to you they can't do it. Well, God, that drives me crazy. It completely drives me crazy. Remember this, you probably already know this, but now just think about it. Sometimes a committee can be a collection of individuals that really struggle to get anything done themselves, but collectively they can decide nothing can be done. Think about that. And really, that's what I don't want to have happen. I want us to keep moving forward, keep making things happen. I couldn't be happier about today, because like I said before, I owe almost my life to Marshall, to this community. And this community is on the move. You've got incredible senator, incredible absolute delegates. You've got an unbelievable mayor. You've got an unbelievable university. You've got a great president. You've got so many, many, many things. The Thundercloud is absolutely off the chart. Let's just make it all happen. It couldn't be better. There's no way in the world you'll find me happier. And I'll promise you this, the only way you can find me happier is maybe if somebody had brought some Dunkin' Donuts. But nevertheless, God bless all of you. Happy day.